Persuasion is very important. You may ask me, why is persuasion important? These are the things we want to look at right now. Persuasion is important in different aspects of life. Persuasion is important in business. Persuasion is important in family and relationship. Persuasion is important in leadership. Let's start from the beginning. In business, how is persuasion important in business? Take, for example, you have a product and a service you want to deliver, you want to sell to an audience. You have some clients you want to tell about your product or service. There's no likelihood of you winning over that client if you're not persuasive. For example, you are standing before an investor and you want to talk about your business. You need to sound persuasive. Or for example, you're a consultant, you're a public speaker, you're standing in front of your people you're training. You need to sound persuasive. There has to be some form of persuasion to your delivery for them to understand you and for them to believe you. Or for example, you are a pastor, you are an imam, you have to sound persuasive. Your congregation would not understand you or believe you if you're not persuasive. That's why people go to great lengths to get all the facts, all the data to make sure they are persuasive. For example, you're watching an advert. These adverts go to great lengths to be persuasive. These are some of the things you will learn. How can you make your advert persuasive? How can you make your preaching more persuasive? That is in the aspect of business. Now let's talk about the aspect of family and relationships. Now, it is important for parents to know how to persuade their children. Many parents have lost good relationship with their children because they lack persuasive skills. You don't force children to do things. You don't manipulate them to do things. You persuade them, and it's a slow and gentle process, which we will learn about. In family life, if your boy, for example, is trying to woo a girl, if you're trying to toast, at the time it's called toast, but it's woo, you woo a girl. Many girls now are more enlightened. They know so many things. So if you're not a persuasive boy, a persuasive guy, or what, you can't persuade that, and she'll just be looking at you and say, well, what are you talking about? So you need to develop persuasive skills. Now let's move to leadership. This is a very major aspect where persuasion is very fundamental. You can't be a leader, you can't be an employer and lack persuasive skills, because you need to be able to influence your workers. You need to be able to influence your employees. You need to be able to direct them on the course of action. You sell an idea to them, you sell the vision of the company to them, and they believe and understand you and flow with you. Leadership requires persuasive skills. For example, team members. If you're a team member, you're a team leader, you're not necessarily the CEO, but you have been put in charge of a department or a unit of a business. You need persuasive skills to be able to take all the members of the team into fulfilling that objective or that goal. What am I saying? Persuasive skills important in business. Persuasive skills very important in family life and relationships. Persuasive skills very important in leadership. There are leaders in different countries in Africa, for example. You need to sound persuasive when you are delivering a speech to the nation. You are presenting the budget. You are giving information to the populace about a development. You need to be persuasive, and that's why people can see through you when you are not persuasive. And there's a limit to how far you can go if you are not persuasive. So can you see now that persuasion is very important? You can think of other reasons why persuasion is important, but as you will learn in the course of this particular module, you will see that persuasion is very valuable. Okay, let's go now to some of the things you need to know about persuasion.